Hello, Stoney fam. Welcome back to another episode. Happy Thursday. Although today where I'm at is pretty crappy outside. Not gonna lie, it's a very chill indoors type of day, very much so. But we're not gonna let that stop us. We're gonna have a good day today. And after this episode and a few more errands I gotta run, I will be heading to the dispo and picking up a new strain. So I'm very excited to do that. But that is also why I'm not going to be smoking with you guys right now. I had just finished my last of my strain that I just had earlier, so I have no weed left. Wah, sad face. But that's only for the next couple hours. I will have more very soon. I'm not really sure what I want to get yet, but definitely something more on the indica leaning. I usually always go for something like that, whether it be an indica dominant or a hybrid. It has to have some indica in there. If it doesn't, it's not for me. So I just want to talk about a couple wow, I can't speak right now. A couple myths and facts with you guys. So it's actually been quite a while since I've done this personally, but did you know that eating mangoes does actually kind of help amplify the high? It's kind of like still a myth. It hasn't been proven to be a fact, but I don't care. I still believe that shit's a fact. And the reason why being so is because the THC interacts with the myrcene consumed from the mangoes, and I feel like that's what makes the effect stronger. This one I think a lot of us know, but I for a bit didn't know this when I first started consuming very many years ago, but I did find that out too. Like, holding in your lungs makes the effects better. It does not. That is a myth. So holding in your hits for a long period of time is just going to make you feel very lightheaded. It's not going to make you any higher at all. And this one, my mom and a couple of other people I've known in my life have said this to me, and I'm just like, no, it's not exactly the same, but smoking cannabis is as harmful as tobacco. That is definitely not a fact. That in reality, smoking cannabis is generally less harmful than smoking tobacco is. There's a lot of other chemicals inside of tobacco, like in whatever you're smoking too. I mean, unless you're smoking just straight tobacco, you could be smoking like a cigarette. That's different too. And though like generally smoking is bad for your respiratory system, like it's not good for you anyway, obviously, but smoking cannabis is not as bad for you as it would be smoking any other tobacco product. Which I wish that I didn't consume any nicotine. I really do, but it's been in my life for many years now. I'm trying to cut that out. I'm thinking that this year is going to be the year that I finally quit it. It's just so hard. It's really hard. A lot of people can understand and relate to that, but I've been using forms of nicotine in tobacco for like a decade now, probably longer. So it's very hard. I did switch up and stop smoking cigarettes, and I've used like a nicotine vape now, but I really want to quit smoking that too. I feel like it's been affecting like my throat and my voice and even like my salivary glands. Wow. And just that, and I've had some work done on my teeth recently too. It's just been difficult to be consuming nicotine like I have been. I really just want to stop it. It's not helping my singing either. I've been trying to get my music out there, and soon I will share that with the world, but I am not ready yet. So, and definitely not with my voice kind of being fucked up a little bit from smoking, but we're getting there. But I will say, like on the same subject, I've never noticed smoking weed really affect my throat, except for when I was like sick or something, or like if I had smoked and then went to bed and didn't drink anything prior to going to sleep. Like then I would wake up with a really dry throat, and sometimes I'll get like cotton mouth. Like everybody, that's a term we say, like dry mouth, cotton mouth. I don't get it too often, but sometimes before bed I might, if I had consumed some cannabis before that. Now, kind of gearing off topic here, I wanted to just address something that I've been thinking about over the last couple months. Twitter, which I'm sorry, Elon, I'm not calling it X. We're not doing that. It's become something else. I feel like it's being overrun with bots now, and a lot of the time the algorithm is just not what it used to be. I'm not seeing comments either for other people. We used to see that all the time, or I'm just seeing specific posts for people that I just don't follow at all. So I'm not really seeing any people that I do follow on my page, and like they're prioritizing the people that are verified versus unverified, and I think that that's just trash in my opinion. Like, why should we have to pay for this? And ever since that they changed that and made it now an accessible thing for even Instagram, like I really am against that verified check thing. I think it's a joke. They took away the value of what it actually meant, and now it's just something that you can buy, and it just gives you like a pass to, have different priorities, and it's not fair, I think, either. But different from like Twitter with Instagram, if you try to get like a verified account and you're a cannabis creator, that's almost impossible. They really don't like that stuff. And I've been flagged many times, all the time. It's just something that happens to us creators. And as it's frustrating, it doesn't stop me. I'm still going to do what I want to do. Still going to post what I want to while my account's still up, because you never know, it could always be taken down too. So I'm just going to do whatever I like to do and post whatever I want to because it makes me happy. So regardless of however reach it gets, I guess. But kind of what I was really trying to say, going backward, is I'm really sad with the changes that have been happening to some of my favorite platforms. And I think that they're so eager to, keep up with, this one changing this and that one changing that. And I feel like sometimes it's taken away what really brought us to that app in the first place. And I think with all these bugs too, like Twitter's not as buggy sometimes, but it has had its moments. I've very much experienced it. Like the other day, my whole feed on my own page, like my profile, all my tweets were like missing. It was just my name. So that was weird. But on Instagram, I have quite a lot of bugs all the time. And I try to clear the cache. I've uninstalled, reinstalled. I've done everything you can probably do. I don't think it's my phone at this point. I've experienced these issues on even my boyfriend's phone on my account. So I think it's really just the app being funky. But I have said this before, and I will say it over and over again. I hope that in one day that we can have a place where we can, whether it be a specific platform or universally on all of them, that we can just share our cannabis content. And as long as you're doing it tastefully and you're not breaking any rules, I feel like it's just a silly thing to keep us from being able to post. There are people consuming alcohol all over the place, and that's fine. And it's just like, well, why is that allowed and this isn't? This is now legalized in many, many places, like many states. It's almost legalized globally. Like, not yet, but we're almost going to be there. I'm going to say almost, let me believe. But I am still hopeful that there will be big, good changes in the positive direction that we need for cannabis and the industry and for us consumers as a whole. I think that we'll definitely have some positive changes soon. Just maybe not as soon as we're hoping, but I'm hoping we will have those changes. And as for like social media stuff that I was talking about, I'm not sure what will happen with some of these platforms. I almost even predict that Twitter is just going to fall off very soon. It'll make me very sad because I do love and enjoy that app, but it's just becoming something different now. And with the insane amount of bots that are being allowed to take over almost the app, is just ridiculous. And I feel like prior to a lot of the changes, it wasn't like that before. So I hope that can change back to the way it used to be. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap this episode up, and next time I have some interesting stories that I wanted to share with you guys from my experiences that I think will be pretty cool and interesting to share. So I'm excited to talk about that with you guys. But anyway, I'm going to leave this on a high note. I hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastic Thursday, and I'll be back again for more to talk about with you guys. Cheers.